If you are thinking of renting sometime in the near future, then this is your go-to video because this is gonna go in depth from start to the time that you get the keys in your hand. Here we are, guys. I got my hands full and I'm vlogging. It's a skill. It is 4 o'clock on Tuesday. I'm at the office and I'm like, you know what? I'm bored and it's better for me to sit at a house than sit at the office. So let me just go to an open house right nearby. So let's head over there right now. Guys, whatever you do, do not upset your wife or your girlfriend. This is what's gonna happen, okay? You don't want that happening. I'm home. Here we are. We're at the open house here, and this is one of my favorite houses of all time. And I'll take you throughout the house while I give you some advice because you're here today because maybe you're interested or thinking of renting in the near future. Now, opening up the house and getting it ready for the open house. Just turn on all the lights, you hear the music, it's great, it's an awesome energy. But you're thinking of renting. Now, first thing is first. You need to be prepared. Now, what do I mean by that? How do you prepare for a lease? Well, first thing, you need to have a great credit score. You cannot have a 400 credit score and expect a landlord to want to have you in their place because that means you can't make payments on time. So start working on that right now. And then on top of that, you need to have at least 3 months of rent because typically landlords ask for first, last month, and a security deposit just in case you damage anything in the unit. Or they'll ask for first month and 2 months of security deposit. For those of you that don't know, the security deposit is basically they don't want you destroying the house. They don't want you destroying it while you're in the lease. So at the end of the lease, they'll go back, take a look at the unit, the condition, and if it's in great condition, you'll get your security deposit back. If you decided to break something, then maybe you won't get your security deposit back. May I have a Stella, please? Oh, thank you. Yeah, this house does have a bar. It's pretty cool. It's awesome, actually. So you got your money, you got the great credit score. Now what? Now it's time to find your rental. But you're wondering, how much can I afford? Listen, I typically recommend to tenants that they spend on rent 25% or 33% of what they make per month, okay? So if you make $1,000 per month, I don't recommend you spending more than $333 a month on rent. You're not gonna find that rent anywhere here in Miami, not even in an efficiency, but that just gives you an example of what you should spend. So you budgeted wisely, you got all that done, so now it's time to start looking for a place to live that matches your criteria. You sit on your couch, you get out your phone, and you go on Zillow, Realtor.com, Trulia, whatever it is, and you start looking for rentals. And you find an amazing deal, and you call, and it's not available. But you're like, why is it online? Well, let me tell you something and make you very aware when you're on their phone or online looking for rentals. A lot, and I say a lot of rentals you are going to find online are either listings that realtors put up that they don't even have as listings anymore. Maybe they're listings that they left on there just so that you could call and inquire and then they try to get you as clients. And on top of that, beware of Craigslist. I made a whole video on that. Be sure to check it out. I'll put the link somewhere up here. But if you're thinking of looking at Craigslist, you're gonna find even better deals. Deals that don't even make sense, but it's a scam. Oh yes, we are in my office. Welcome. This is where I close deals and make things happen. As I was saying, now you are aware of all those online resources you have in front of you. Listen, these tools are great to use and I do recommend using them. I'm not saying they're bad, I'm just letting you know and I'm making you aware so that when you're out there, you know that the information you're seeing could potentially be inaccurate. Now, how can you solve these inaccuracies? I would recommend going with a realtor. I would recommend contacting a real estate agent because at the end of the day, you don't pay for their services. The landlord is the one that pays them. So it's to your advantage. You don't have to pay a dime. The landlord's the one's paying the dime. You can still look online. I would still recommend that. But when you do find something, just shoot it to your realtor. Say, hey man, can you show me this? Hey woman, I love this. Is this available? That way they can give you accurate information and actually tell you if it's available. And so you don't waste so much time. Stop wasting your time. That's what we are here for. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a real estate agent. I'm saying it because you have so many other things to worry about in your life. Why try to do someone else's job? Isn't this backyard awesome? You're on an acre here with probably the biggest pool I've ever seen in my life in a house. And then you have a cabana bath back there with a full summer kitchen. And then behind it's a basketball court and a playground. So your realtor helped you find a place, or maybe you found the place online by yourself. Now what? Now it's time to make an offer. So now it's time to make the offer. One thing that many people don't know is that rentals are negotiable. Yes, you can negotiate the price of a rental. Even in a rental building, which most people think is not negotiable, it is negotiable. Take a look at what things are renting for in the area. Be aware of the market around you. Be aware of what similar units are renting for, or similar units that are available are asking. So that way you can make a case when you are making that offer. Now, your offer is accepted. You came to an agreement. Right now, before I get into that, we are upstairs on the separate in-law / guest quarters. And this place has a full living area here, okay? Has a kitchenette, so your guests don't have to go down the stairs or go back to the kitchen. They can cook some fresh meal up here. Then you have the bedroom. And the bedroom is massive, with a balcony as well that connects to the den on the other side. So when your guests are over, they can go to the den over there, watch the movies together, then come back to their guest quarters and sleep like kings. And here you have the bathroom. So it's an accepted offer and you are ready. You are so excited to get into your new place. Your expected moving date is 2 weeks from now, let's say. 2 weeks go by and it's move-in date, and it's probably one of the most important things of the whole entire process. This is a huge tip for anybody renting. On the day that you move in, take pictures of everything. Take pictures of the whole entire condition of the property so that you have evidence of what the unit looked like when you came in. And if you notice any deficiencies, take pictures of them. Have evidence that there were deficiencies. So if something's broken when you move in, take a picture. You don't want them to take out of your security deposit when you go to move out a year later for that thing that you didn't even do. Woo-hoo. Check out this master bedroom. Huge bedroom. The speakers are up here. It's a party up here. You got the balcony, the bathroom. So that's the process of rentals. It's really not too complicated. But I do want to give you a couple more pointers before I go, and things that you need to be aware of. And it is this. If you are renting in a place where there's an association, like let's say a condominium, typically condos or associations approve the tenants within 1 to 2 weeks. Which means if you are expecting to move in the next day, it's not going to be possible because you need to get approved by the association. So when you start looking for a place, start looking 2 to 4 weeks before you intend to move in, because you may have to go through an approval process with an association, and that takes a little bit of time. Not every place is going to approve you right away. On top of that, you do not want to start looking 2 to 4 months before you intend to move in. Why? Because a landlord won't accept that rent, because he's gonna say, why would I wait 2 to 4 months to have you move in when I could just keep it on the market and probably get it rented next month or in 2 weeks? So make sure you time it correctly. I always say 2 to 4 weeks before you intend to move in, that's when you should start looking, because that's a reasonable time for associations. That's a reasonable time for landlords as well. Now, with all that being said, guys, I'm done for the night. I'm done hosting the open house. Thank you guys for watching. Please let me know if you have any questions down below about renting or about anything. And have a wonderful night. I'll see you guys next week. Peace. Got the house going up on a Tuesday. Got the offer in hand ready for you to say, sign me up. Oh!